Hello. Okay. Nice. I've had this. And yeah. So what I've done, I've configured my the application that we had last Friday. So I've changed it to something else. So we had a contract on a folder named ADS coin that we were working with last Friday and parts of Saturday. And I had reconfigured it. I had reconfigured it, and then I had shared a starter kit or a starter pack. So I had shared something like a starter pack, which will help us to like do the application. I don't know whether you are able to like download it and configure it to your machine. And yeah, so this was the first application. Let me show open it. So we had created we had already created the contract, the ETH swap. We had created the ETH swap, and we had also created the token swap, the token itself. Don't mind, this one was the deployment of another coin. Don't mind the amount. So we had also completed on this creation, and we had deployed our contract, and it was successful. So yeah, so this was our application. So if you can be able to see, our application has a lot of differences. It has some differences and similarities. It has differences and similarities. So as you can see, our other folder, this other one, which we deployed on Saturday, we have build, we have contracts, we have migration, and then we have test. But we don't have source on our other folder, and then we don't have public, and that is coming in a little bit late. And then we have source, and then we have public, and then we have node modules. We have node modules. So what I did, we want to create a front end. We already have our backend here. And we want to create a front end for our application. And to do that, we need to have we need to either use a HTML frontend or any framework that is either Vue.js. We need to use Vue.js or Angular or React or Flutter or React Native or yeah, or any other framework that you know that enables us to create front-end applications, so that we can be able to communicate with our backend, that is the smart contract. So if you can remember the board, let me share the board again, the board that we had. See if I'll be able to open the board again. So my machine today has really done a lot of work today. So online board. So I want to share a board, whiteboard, online whiteboard. So we were using, I don't remember which board we were using. Online online whiteboard. Don't want to use Miro. New share. Oh, we have a whiteboard in wow. We have a whiteboard in Zoom. Let me just use the Zoom whiteboard. This is great. Didn't know there was a whiteboard. Hope you can see the whiteboard. Hello? Hello?
Yes, I can see the whiteboard.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So if you remember what we did on our last we have our React app like this. So this is the our front end, our front end here, and then we have our smart contracts here. We have our smart contracts there. So we have our smart contracts there, and we need to communicate with frontend. So any frontend framework. So any frontend framework, whether it's React or React Native or Vue, we need to communicate with our smart contracts. So it can be in any chain, whether it's Binance, Cero, or Ethereum, or any other blockchain, you need to communicate with the front end, and this is where UI UX comes in. You will need your application or your blockchain smart contract to communicate with the users, and users don't really understand these things which are here. These ones, they don't really understand what are mappings. Yeah, they don't understand what are mappings. They don't know who are spenders, who are approvers. They don't even need to know all these things. So to do that, to communicate with our smart contract, we need libraries like Web3 JS. We need something like Ethereum, RPC. We need Ethereum. We also need libraries to generate smart contract, of which it's already provided by Web3. Then we need here we need to inject Web3 will be injecting MetaMask here. So every time you try to log in, have a bad handwriting, man. So you'll have MetaMask here. So MetaMask will be injected through Web3. So the moment we use Web3 and we load our smart contract, we need to use, we will be, first of all, before we communicate to our smart contract, we need to load accounts. So Web3 provides accounts and also provides a way that we can be able to communicate with smart contract, in a way we can be able to inject MetaMask so that it can be able to work with the smart contract. So today that's what we will be doing, and that's what we will be doing. So to show you, I'll show you with a quick demo. Hello.
So what's the function of MetaMask when you're deploying the smart contract?
So when you are deploying the smart contract, one, the function of MetaMask is to help you deploy smart contract. It's to help you to communicate with blockchain. It's like if you want to access finances or access to a banking services or banking services in a bank, the person who initiates those transactions sometimes, like in a physical bank, it's the cashiers. So you go to a cashier and you tell them that I want to deposit this amount of money. So they will help you to deposit the money. The same case for MetaMask. So you want to deploy a smart contract with the Ethereum blockchain, you have to use MetaMask, because there is no, for developers who are creating smart contract, the only way to actually deploy a smart contract into the Ethereum blockchain or in any blockchain that supports smart contracts is through MetaMask. So it's to sign transactions, any form of transaction, whether it's deployment of a smart contract, whether it's a withdrawal, whether it's a send transaction, whether it's a transfer of IPFS files. If you are transferring files using IPFS, you need to sign in with MetaMask. So that is generally the work of an Ethereum wallet or an Ethereum address or MetaMask. So Web3 generally is the one that provides all those things. So Web3 has what we call Web3. We have methods, what we call methods. So Web3 methods. Web3 methods. We have Web3 methods. Methods are like functions, like the way we have approval function, the way we have ban function, the way we have transfer function. Web3 provides an easy access to the Ethereum blockchain or any blockchain that because Web3 is the current state we are in. So Web3 provides all these methods to access the blockchain, and the major function is get accounts. So get accounts is a method which is provided by Web3. We also have another one that is send. Wow. We have something like send. If you want to sign a transaction, is send. If you want to light on a blockchain, and then there is another function. Yeah, I will show you all those functions in a few. Yeah. So that is the work of it's a combination. Like I said, it's a combination. It's a jigsaw puzzle. You are fixing a jigsaw puzzle, and you're bringing in all these tools so that you can be able to create something the user can be able to get to actually interact with. Because with a smart contract or using Etherscan, that is not a good way to interact with Ethereum blockchain. Because one, as you can see, you don't for the normal user, they won't be able to like understand a lot. If trading is complicated, and yet there are features that help you to trade. Now imagine now creating an application or a chat application using smart contract, and then telling the users to go to use it via Etherscan. It won't be great. Yeah. So
Okay.
yes.
So Web3 and Web3, it's like it helps with the front end to communicate with the smart contracts.
Yeah, exactly.
Execution.
Yeah, exactly. So let me move this one. I think we can close this one. Yeah, we can close the whiteboard. I don't know if I will be needing it. I don't know if I will be needing. Yeah. Then one last thing I want to add is this one is easier to use actually. One last thing is that if you have information like the KYC or the KYC or anything like storage of email and everything, you will have your database here. So this will be SQL and MongoDB. This will be SQL or MongoDB, and then it will connect to this to this, you will first be verified, and then you will be able now to connect to the smart contract once you have been verified. But not they will check whether your email exists in this database. Yeah, they will check whether your email exists in your database, and if it exists, then you can be able to access the smart contract. So this work for where people have custody, or where the wallets or the exchanges, where the wallets or exchanges have custody, if they have custody or wallets, and if they want to verify KYC. But for the decentralized exchanges, this one is not, but for decentralized apps and exchanges, this one is not available. So this one is not available for decentralized application. You only have a front end, which can be either hosted in AWS, Heroku, Vercel. It can also be hosted in Vercel, and it can also be hosted either in IPFS. But for the smart contracts are hosted in EVM. Yeah, they are hosted in EVM. So yeah, this just like we normally call them DFDs, not EFDs. They are entity relationship diagrams, or entity relationship diagrams or something. They just give you a visual representation of how the application will be able to look like. Yeah. So that's a visual of how the application will look like, or our application, how it will look like. And yeah, so I think I can close that one. And then, so what I have, let me share the screen again. This one, yeah. So what I have is that right now I'm in the my MetaMask wallet is in the, it has been able to detect my wallet, and right now my wallet is in the mainnet. So I need to change it and see. So as you can see, the application is giving me an error. So this is like a quick demo of how the application will look like. So it's giving me an error that the token contract is not deployed to the network that has been detected. So this is the work of Web3. Its work is to detect the network that your smart contract is in, and also it's to select your account, to help you select your account so that you can be able to interact with the smart contracts. So if I click OK, it will definitely load, but it will show the balance, the current balance of either mainnet, and then I don't have the balance for ADS. It doesn't, it's not showing the balance of ADS because I'm not in the local network. And then as you can see, I had created 1 ETH is equals to 1000 ADS. And yeah, so if we swap, it won't go through because we are not in the right network. So I need to change the network to, network. Oh God. So I need to change the network to local network. Okay, what is happening? Let's try it this other side. Oh, now it has. So we need to change to local network. So it's my local network, and then also need to select the wallet. Oh, I haven't selected the need to select this one. So yeah, any question up to now? So our application will look like this now. This is the front end, and this is what now normally this is what people or users interact with. So this kind of a swap engine or a swap, yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, I can hear you.
On security,
Yes.
how do you determine the rate of one Ethereum to one, the rate of the coin?
The rate of the coin, how you determine it is you are the developer. So most of the exchanges or most of the swap or most people, it's you as the creator who values your token. You are the one who will value your token. So if you want your coin to have a greater value, you can create a higher rate. You can create like a higher rate. Nobody determines the rate at which a currency will be. But once it gets out to the market, the rate will also be different. Let's say you have a farm of cabbages. You are a farmer of cabbages, and you have like 100 cabbages. Like this season, you will be harvesting 100 cabbages. So you value your cabbages, so you will set a value for your cabbages. It's not the supermarket guys or the guys at the open market who will tell you that you need to sell this amount. You need to sell like one cabbage at 50 bob. No, you are the one as the farmer. You are the one as the farmer who will be able to set the price. Yes, the market will come with this price, but you yourself, you will have set this amount of price. Like I want my cabbages to be sold at this amount of cash. Yeah. But once you go to the market and then you decide, you see that people are buying coins which are cheaper, you can decide to change the value of your coin. You can decide to change. But in a blockchain, once you deploy, you can either not change or don't change. It will also depend with the uptake, because sometimes for like the exchanges, the people who set the rate of the price of a coin are the buyers and market makers. Yeah, the market makers. Yeah. But before you get to the market makers, you yourself, you have to create a rate for your coin. You have to create a rate for your coin. Yeah. Hope that answers your question.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. You can also but there is a lot of finance technical finance things that I'll also come into play, because also for like shares, because tokens are like shares. The same way you value your shares, once you go to IPO or ICO, that's the only time when your now coin gets more valuable once they go out. So depending with the demand, your coin will always go high, but it's always good to have a reasonable rate that you are setting for your coin, so that people can be able to buy. Yeah. Wasn't the most convincing hands. So I need to like select the account, and then I don't know whether that's the right, yeah, it's the right account. So we are in the right network. So I need to reload the account again, and should be selecting. So as you can see, I'm not getting any error because I'm already in the right network. So we can try, and as you can see, I have a balance of 500 tokens. So I can try and do another demo, the last one, and then we go to creating. So I can do the last demo here and do something like, since I have like 47 ETH, so this is the balance, the ETH balance. I can like write like 3. So I'll obviously get 3,000 ADS. So we should see our balance turn to 5,300 ADS, and then we can swap. So our MetaMask should pop up like by now. So it should pop up. So it's still connecting to the network. I don't know why. It should pop up. It's the problem I've had the whole day. It did swap. It did swap like all these coins, like 500 coins. So if I tried, it did swap 5. Yeah, I did use 50 ETH to swap for 5,000. So let's do 3. And it should pop up. Not sure why. I think I know why. The coin is still we are still in the main network. Okay, now we are good. Yeah, let's reload the okay, so we are good. We can use 3 and then swap. Yeah, so our MetaMask is popping. What's popping in MetaMask? And there we have now we can be able to buy tokens. So you see the function automatically is written here that we are buying a token. So then confirm, and then we should if we reload again, you should be able to see the balance increase to 5,300. Yeah, there we have it. So this is what we are building. I have some problem with the swap. I'm not sure why the swap is not working. So if I try to sell like 300 the same coins, it will pop up, but it's throwing a transaction error. So it will ask you to allow. So this is the allowance. This is what I was talking about. But allowance function is mainly for you to allow the transaction to happen. So this is what normally happens in Uniswap. You have to allow, you have to grant access or permission for Uniswap to actually do the withdraw. So to withdraw your Dapps and automate transaction for you, so you need to confirm. So once I confirm, the transaction it's throwing a transaction error. So I think my ganache is very old, because I've researched a lot about this problem, and it's ganache which needs to be upgraded to the current version, because I'm using version 2.1. So yeah, so but the function is working. The function is working, and because if it was not working, it wouldn't be displaying like this. So yeah, so if I confirm, I should receive the 3 ETH back. Yeah, so yeah, awesome. So it has actually failed. It has actually failed. It has failed. Yeah, it has failed. But as you can see, we have approved the use of this token, and today is 16. Yeah, so we have approved, and Yeah. So I've researched and found that I'm using the old ganache, the old ganache. I need to upgrade it. You see, it's still telling me that I need to update. Update is available. Yeah. So this is how the application will look like, and yeah. So this is a simple application, a simple swap, a simple ETH swap. Yeah. So to do that, we'll go back to our application. So this is the application that we had initiated. So I know it's a lot of what do we call it? A lot of words or a lot of things to hold in one day. Keep waiting. Let me just keep waiting for a little while, and then let's see. Oh God. Yeah. So any question up to now? Any other question up to now? Yeah.
None for now.
Okay. Okay.
No question for my side for now.
Okay. Okay. Awesome.
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Yes. We can hear you.
In our Dapps, we have a liquidity pool where we have now the F and the ADS.
No.
How are we able to convert?
Okay. The way we are able to convert, we don't have liquidity pools. But the only thing we have is that it's direct. It's embedded in our contract. You remember our contract that I said that there is a function message message dot value ETH swap, the ETH swap. My VS Code has started misbehaving. Let me open the ADS coin again and show you what I mean by this one is automatic. This one is automatic swapping. This one is automatic swapping. You don't need a liquidity pool. You don't need a liquidity pool.
Okay, when we created, we are creating ADS coin.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering where are we getting the ETH from?
We are getting the ETH from this ganache. So you see, I have connected my wallet here. I have connected my wallet here, and my wallet already have like free ETH, test ETH. It has test ETH. Yeah, and then when we deployed our contract, we deployed all our balances, all our tokens to the swap, to the ETH swap. So if I give my ETH, if I give my 2 ETH, the contract ETH swap already has coins, that it's holding for us. Yeah, it already has the coins that it's holding for us. So if we go back to this contract here and we visit the ETH coin, the ETH, we should be able to see the balances here. You should be able to see the ETH balance here, like it should be 5 or something. Yeah, 53. So you see, this is the balance of ETH, which is being held by
the ETH swap still.
Okay, let me the Uniswap, the ganache.
Yes, in the okay, we can see it now.
Okay, so if you can see, our contract, our contract is the one which is holding the ETH. So for you to, that's why I told you that you need to research more on ownable and bannable. So if you want this ETH not to be held on the contract, because sometimes it's really difficult or really hard to keep the ETH on the contract, because sometimes when hacks happen, they can happen on the ETH. They can happen on the smart contract. So you need to create like an ownable function if people are donating or they are doing, they are buying your token for a cost, like let's say they are buying the tokens for a good cost, you need to like have a non-abo function where the contract ETH swap can be ownable. It can be ownable. The tokens can remain on the ETH swap, but the contract should be ownable. So every time somebody wants to like withdraw the 53 ETH, they need to like ask they need like permission from the owner.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can also lock this contract. You can make it lockable. Like at a particular time after the fundraising, you can lock this ETH swap. Then let's go to the transaction. So the first transaction we did when we deployed. So when we deployed our contract here, all the coins went to the ETH swap. All the coins went to the ETH swap. Contract, transaction, again, transaction, no, contracts. So as you can see, our token does not have any token. It doesn't have any token. So this is the total supply, but these coins are not in our, they are just being tracked, but they are not in our contract token. They are not stored in our token, like in the contract token. So this is the contract call. The tokens were transferred to this 0xBO7 and 0xBO7. Let me see. Oh, that is my wallet. Should be the first transaction here. Approve. So these are some of the events that have been happening. Should be in approve ETH swap tokens. Yeah. So this the token address. This the we passed our token address here so that the ETH swap can be performing the swaps. Here we have it. Yeah, this is the contract. So all we did was in this contract we passed this token here. We passed this token ADS as public, and the address of the coin, like our address was passed here. So all the coins are passed here, and then the rate at which one ADS is equals to 100. That is the person who is creating the contract of the token, gives it value. Yeah. So yeah, that's it. Is there any other question?
In the normal like the dexes, do they use the same function, or they use the liquidity pools?
They have let's see, let's just visit the
like
Uniswap. Yeah, let's visit the Uniswap because the code is open, and then we can be able to like analyze. The code is open source, so they have liquidity pools. They create liquidity pools, because you know liquidity pools is where people can be able like to join pamoja. So Uni. Just search it from here. Uniswap GitHub. I've been thinking about Uniswap for a while. So we have Uniswap v2 and v3. So this is Uniswap interface, like this interface, Then yeah, so we can actually visit Uniswap version 2, and analyze its smart contracts. So Uniswap is an open source. So these are the contracts. So as you can see, they are using the same things that we are using. There is no big thing, like they have waffle instead of truffle, they are using waffle. And then they have mocha.json for testing. So these are for testing, and then they are using yarn. So it's the basic thing that we are doing. And then so for this, we have libraries, we have interfaces, and then we have the Uniswap pairs. So these are the Uniswap pairs. So you can see the number of folders, not folders, but contracts that they are using. They have iUniswap V. So as for this one is for ERC20 interface, ERC20. This one is for SafeMath, I think, and then this one is for ERC. So they also have the same minimum liquidity. It's 10 raised to power 3, and then private constant selector for. So these are just variable. So this one is like for token 1, the first token, and the second token that you have selected. So it's a lot of code which has been written here, and then you can see the boolean for fee, whether the fee is on. And then you have the total supply. So gas saving must be defined here, since total supply can update in and mint fee. So you need to like identify all those. You need to like identify all those things. And then we have the function that is doing the swap. So this one is for ban. This one is function ban. So this one is function ban. This one, the other one is function mint. Function mint. It means some token so that you can be able to swap. And then we have the swap function. So this one is the one like we are using here, the buy this one, the buy tokens. No, the sell function. This one, the sell function is like swap, and then mint is just buy. It's buy itself, like you're buying token. So then we have the last function is Kim. So this one I don't know what it does, but it's an external function. Yeah. So force reserve to match balances. Yeah. So it's a lot. Like then these are the factory .sol. So these are the fees. Fee to setter, get pair, all pairs length, create pairs, set fee to, and then set fee to setters. So that one is for setting the fees. Because remember, at the end of the day, if you are creating an ERC20 token, or you are creating anything, what you are creating, you want to generate money for your company. You want to generate money for your company, and you're offering a service. So you have to set those fees. So then we have domain separator. So this one is the one which is picking or wrapping the if the wrapped ETH. So this one is the basic function for for the coin, for the coins that interact with the Uniswap. Yeah. And then we have the interface ERC. So this one is also the interface ERC20. So we talked about this as a library or interfaces. We talked about interfaces and library, and this one is one of the basic library. So you can see when you have a bigger project, you can have a lot of interfaces. You can have a lot of interfaces. If you visit, you can visit this one and also learn more about it. I believe you can also be able to like come up with your own Uniswap, because the code is available. All you need to do is to understand the code and change it. Then this is the second one. So it went for audits. They were able, they did audits, and then those were audits were, yeah. So as you can see, they are using a lot of libraries. They have Bitmath. So this one is the one you are asking about, liquidity. So this one is for liquidity math. So this one is for like calculating liquidity. Yeah, and then we have the other one for raw gas safe math, the raw gas one. So this one for raw gas, it's kind of looks like safe math. It looks like safe math somehow, yeah. It's just the naming, but it's the same. It's the gas, it's the safe math. It's the safe math. It's the same safe math actually. Yeah, this is safe math. The only thing they have done is to change the name of the library. Then we have this other one for oracles for interoperability with other coins, I think. Yeah. So yeah, there is a lot of things. So what we have done is just we haven't even dived into the deep. Haven't dived into the deep. Yeah. So is that okay?
We are in the deep, man.
If I say we might be in the deep, but maybe we are in the deep, but not yet. Yeah, but once you understand the logic these guys are using, and then you are able to like see the different things. So I'm actually thinking that my next big project it will be the unit, like a swap for Africa, like for African currencies, all the coins that have been created here in Africa. So if you create one, you can swap. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't want to like confuse myself because Uniswap, if it's Uniswap, you can deploy it in a day, or you can create it in a day. Like in a month, if you are in 1 month, if you are a serious developer, you sit down and understand the coding the way they have, but they have a nice document. They have a nice documentation of how you can be able to like consume these contracts and use them. And then they have there are guys who have nice videos that you can be able to follow and see. So you see these guys are also using hard hat, because hard hat is easier to develop and deploy. But what we have done in this class, I have tried to simplify things, and yeah. So that is Uniswap, and yeah, so we can go back to our application. So you see, our application is simpler. There is a lot of things that really needs to be worked on this application. We need to like do a lot of coding to this app so that we can beef it up and be strong. So if we try to deploy this in the blockchain, this will be baby pool. This will be baby pool. Yeah. So what we need now is to create our front end now, since we already have our contract here, and all we need to do is create a front end. So to do that, we need to do npx create react dash app. And then hopefully it will start. So this is how you start or initialize a React application for frontend. So our application will have this now. Let's just open the swap tokens. Yeah, so our application will have this source, fabric, and node modules, and then we will have the package, and then we will have yarn.rock. So yeah, and then there is some configurations that we will do so that we are able to make it confine or to make it work the way we want. So as you can see, the build is still inside the ADS. So this one will be able to move it to Fabric, to source. We'll be moving it to source. And then once we move it to source, then we will be able to do that so that we don't have to like call a lot of folders like the way we have imported here, so that we don't have to do a lot of dash like dash like that, so that we don't have to use a lot of arrows to go down the folders below the folders. Yeah. So creating all coding is really awesome once you get to understand. It's like swimming. So I hate the waters, but once you get to know how to swim, it will be great. Oh, sorry. We didn't specify our app name. So I'm not sure whether it's, we didn't specify our app name. Know whether it's in, yeah, we didn't specify our app name. So we need to specify. So npx create ADS So yeah, we have created it, but we will move in. We will move all this thing inside the ADS for ADS folder, or we move the ADS folder contact to
Hello.
Hello. Yes.
So the code we deployed on I think Remix, that is the backend.
Yeah, that is the backend. Yeah. So whatever we have as contracts, whatever we have as contracts, or whatever we write in the smart contract, that is our backend. That will always be our backend.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what we are doing now the front end.
Yeah. Right now we are doing the front end. So front end, I normally like React for me, because the build time is great, and then they have great documentation, and then they have great application packages that you can be able to use, or libraries that you can be able to use. But if you like Python, you can use Python as your front end. That will be Flask. If you do like Flask, Flask is a front-end library that you can be able to use. You can also use Django if you know Django. Yeah, you can also use Django to display your DApp, your decentralized application. Yeah. Initially, I was a Flask person. I really liked Flask. But it came at a point where I had to say, or my pastor said that I don't need to use Python again. Because my pastor was like, which is this Python you keep speaking about? Because I kept saying that I'm a Python developer. Then they had to do an intervention for me.
They thought it's a serpent.
They thought it was a serpent.
But it is a serpent now.
But anyway, I changed because of because most of the applications that I've been developing ever since from last year, that is 2020, actually changed after 2020. 2020 is the year that I joined the JavaScript movement. And it's because I realized that most of the applications that have been built, people are using JavaScript, whether it's front-end or back-end, people are using JavaScript. And then the development time is really awesome. Plus, when you are looking for a community, if you're looking for a community, there is less developers who are available for Flask and Python. I mean Flask, Python, or Django. Yeah. If you find one, some are very highly skilled, but they are not doing blockchain. Others are not that skilled. So if you ask for help, they won't be of help. And yeah, so when you're actually choosing a language to use, you need to like be able to know where can you be able to get help. So that's why I chose Solidity. That's why I chose JavaScript, because also Solidity uses JavaScript, and as you can see, the functions are easy to understand. The functions are easy to understand.
There's a time you shared with me something on I don't really remember the name. It had a red interface.
A red interface.
It had and tabs. You are telling me you want to do the functions for the tab. Was it on Dapps also? That was, I think, on Sunday.
On Sunday, I want to do.
You showed me something. You are developing something, so you are working on the front end. I don't remember the name exactly.
Okay.
Was it also a DApp?
That one was not a DApp. That one was not a DApp. Okay, there is a DApp that I'm working on. That is the Citizen DApp. This one. Let's just wait for this to load. I should have done this earlier, but I wanted to do this in class so that we can be able to see. Because sometimes I know when you do it practically, people get to understand what you are doing. So yeah, there is this let me ask this guy to also share. Know whether it's in this tab or this other tab. Oh yeah, opening another one and it's already here. So today it seems like we are going to have a really long class. So tomorrow we will be crossing with a visitor from Sero.
Okay. That would be great.
Yeah, we will be crossing with a visitor from Sero. Yeah.
The Cello boot camp
Mhm.
is like they are looking for guys that already have projects going.
Yeah, you can have a project which is ongoing or an idea that you have and you have already done something on it. Yeah. He will talk more about he will talk more about he'll talk more about the boot camp. He'll talk more about the boot camp and the programs that are available. So I don't want to like give you the good stuff and then
It's okay. Don't want to preempt the guy.
yeah. So what I was creating was a delivery system. This actually what I've been debugging today, like the entire day. Which I did this yesterday all over the weekend. So I was deploying my backend and actually looking for the links. Let's just wait for this as it downloads. Then let's see the DApp. So there is the DApp and then there is the DApp. There is the DApp and then there is the DApp. So this is the application that I'll be taking to the setup bootcamp. Say my internet today is a bit slow. Should have completed in like a minute. Hello.
Hi.
Oh, you are still there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have run a lot. What? Can't believe it.
To start making the real money.
Yeah. So out of this class, I hope to actually see you doing big project and also doing great apart from trading. You know, like being a consultant for blockchain, being an advisor for ICOs, you know, marketing cryptocurrencies, like marketing projects, being ambassadors of you know, blockchains, and yeah.
Like, for example, the one of the exchanges, Remitano,
Mhm.
was looking for an ambassador, but you must have a minimum of 3,000 followers on any of your social media
Mhm.
platform.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yeah.
there is a lot of opportunities out there, and
But why are they tying it to? My question is, why are they tying it to the number of people you have on your social media platform? Eh?
there is what we call you are rich, like the social media reach, like how many people can you be able to reach, because that's their target. That is the number of people they want to reach out. Remitano, yeah, those the number of people they want you to reach out. That's why they are giving you such a number. And then they are also looking at how many people can be turned to active users of Remitano. Yeah. So those are some of the things that are really considered even in the normal companies. The normal companies, that is like Grovo. So if you're a social media influencer, how many people can you be able to reach out? How many people listen to you on Instagram? You know. And then, wow, this one is taking a lot of time, brothers and sisters. How do we do it? How do we do this? And I really want to show you, but maybe I can explain the code as we wait for this to load. Yeah, if that's okay. Hello.
Yeah, I see, yeah.
Yeah, I think I can explain the code as we
Okay.
yeah, as we wait for this other one to load, because I think my internet is a little bit low. Today I'm working from home. Yeah, it's keep telling me that my internet is unstable. Yeah, so let me just share explain the code, like what we are doing, what we have in our React application. Yeah, so just go to app.js, and yeah, so once our application has fully loaded, like it has completed creating this one, it has finished up creating, we will have something like this. We will have app.js and app.css. So this will be like our entry app, like the way we have Truffle as the entry point for smart contract. We will have app.js as the entry point for our React application, and then we just render it here in index.js. So basically, the browser or the HTTP protocol accept index.js all as the app. So you can write all your app logic here on the app.js, and then save them or pass them here at the app.js as your as the value, this part. So that's our, yeah, so app.js will be our entry, and as you can see, I have then we have package.json. So here we have package.json. So by now we already know what package.json does. Oh God, what is happening to my see if I can wow, let me just close that one, and let me just close that one, and then we use this one only, because I think it's the one which is making my machine to hang. Wow. It's looked like today it's not a good day. So app.js is the entry point of our application, our React application, and should just open this. Should just open limits.id, not limits, but Sublime. Sublime is also a text editor. Okay, so that one and that one and that one. So we are left with this one. Yeah. That one, the other one imeonekana. Yeah. So our entry point is app.js. So this is our entry point, and then we have package.json here. So package.json, we have Babel polyfill, we have Babel present env as our libraries, and then we have Babel preset, we have Babel registry, we have Bootstrap. So Bootstrap is what is responsible for us for like the look, this look, the way this application looks like. So the form, the way this form looks like, the way this form looks like, the buttons, this is the work of Bootstrap. And then here we have Chai. We have Chai as promised. We have Chai as big number. So this one is for converting Ethereum numbers to ETH, to readable numbers. And then we have the React framework, and then we have React Bootstrap. So these are the library for React Bootstrap. And then we have React DOM. So this React DOM is normally used for rendering the app here to HTML, used to render Bootstrap to HTML, yeah, to render React to HTML, because our web browsers understand HTML. So if we take a look at our application, if we inspect our application here, we inspect our application, we will be able to see the file in HTML that it's been rendered into in HTML. The elements will be rendered into HTML. So you see, so this is HTML, but inside our application here, inside our application, our form, our buy form is actually written in some other, it's written in React. You see, it's written in React format. It's written in React JS format. Of course, it have these divs and some HTML elements, but what is rendered in this form is rendered in a React JS components, yeah. And then yeah, so that is our the use for DOM, React DOM, the use for this React DOM library. And then these are the React libraries. And then we need to install Truffle. So we need to install Truffle that will be communicating with this. So then there is something else that we have done. We have changed the contract directories to source, then contracts, and then contract build directory is source.abs, ABIs. So these are our ABIs. Remember the build folder that was available in the other ADS contract, the other ADS folder. So this is what we have is migration, and then we have token here. Yeah. So these are the contract ABIs. The token name is token, ABI is ABI. So input, we have payable. We have all these functions and method being outputted as JSON format. So this is what we'll be able to use. We will use in JSON. JSON is like a standard language that we can be able to like communicate. It's a bridge. It's a gap. It bridges the gap between. You see, for example, we have written our smart contract in Solidity, but we are using React JS as our front end. In other cases, you can use HTML as your front end, React and CSS and JavaScript as your front end. So this JSON formats or JSON output of contract ABI is very helpful, because we will be using it as a way to communicate to Solidity. So let's say, for example, we don't know we have somebody who does not know how to we have Ambrose, actually, this is a good example. We have Ambrose who does not know how to speak Swahili. And then we have another person here in Kenya who does not know how to speak English. So either me or Damaris, one of us can be a translator to bridge the communication gap. So JSON is like that. It bridges the communication gap because you see Solidity has different data types and React has different data types. So you need a way to bridge those two gaps with a uniform language that they both can be able to understand. And JSON does that. We have XML. XML is also another way you can be able to do that. So when you are writing APIs, you need them to be in JSON format. So let me show you something of similar. So that one. So today I had loaded a lot of application. Yeah, so that is the JSON. So we have changed the directory folder. Yeah, and then we have our contract in source. They are in source. So they will still deploy. They will still deploy even if we use Trafo deploy. So long as we have Trafo config and we have specified that our contracts are residing in this specific place, and our ABIs, we want them to be in this specific place, our contract will always be able to know where they are when we deploy. Then we have our we have something else on package.json. We have Web3. So we have also imported Web3. So these other ones are just scripts, React script for like building and build and start and test and eject if you want to eject. Yeah. So if you do and build or npm build, you should also have a folder, a build folder inside this specific folder. Yeah, public. Then so there is no need to like change your what do we call it? You don't need to like change anything here on your index.html, which is inside the public folder. You just need to let it stay like that. And also the manifest, you don't need to like change unless there is something that you want to add. Yeah. So then we have talked about Web3. So Web3.js, there was a link that I shared in a previous class. I'll also share it right now. So my apps are all hanging. Don't know what today happened. So we had Web3.js documentation. And we can also visit it and see some of the functions that I have used in this build. So yeah, so once you have installed all these packages, you will have now to import them. So I've imported Web3, and then the first part I'm doing is load the blockchain. So in this first line, I'm loading the blockchain. So I'm loading the Web3 here. And then from Web3, I'm defining a variable that will be storing the account or account. And then I'm using this method, get accounts, from web3.eth get account. So for Zero, it's the same case for Zero. You can use await. They have contract kit contract kit dot web3, and then followed by eth dot accounts, like that. So that is for Zero. So you can have that as a wait contract kit.web.eth. That is for Zero to load the Web3. So this apparently what you are doing, you are loading the Ethereum, you are loading the Ethereum accounts, you are loading your MetaMask account, you are loading your MetaMask account, and then you are picking the first account. So as you can see from our our MetaMask, we can have a lot of accounts. So you are picking the first account. You are picking the first account that is available on MetaMask. And then if you console log here, we should be able to see. Right now, the application is not loading. Yeah, so if we console here, you can see the first account in the array. We have selected the first account in our array, and that is the first account, and this is the first account 0x08. Then we have the ETH balance. So we have also selected the ETH balance, of which it's 44. So as you can see, it's 44. And if we open Ganache, our ETH balance is still accounts. Our ETH balance is still 44. Then let's go back here. So this is what I'm doing. I'm selecting the first account. So get account. So this is the way to get account using method get accounts. And then we have get balance. So we are also getting the balances from ETH. So get balance is a method that is available on Web3. Yeah. So we are also getting the balance of that particular account that has been selected. So then we are passing the account inside here. So once we have selected the account, it will be from accounts, and then we select one account. Once we have been able to do that, we can pass the state of the account here. In ETH, you pass the state, or you set the state of a particular object. Then this will be, we are storing that balance. The balance we have gotten, we are storing it in ETH balance, a variable named ETH balance. Then after that, we are loading the token information and token ID. So first of all, you have to select the ID. You have to select the ID. So you remember when we started, we were in the long network. So you have to select the ID. So Web3 has a function or a method called get ID. So you declare the variable here. So we don't exactly know where the contract is loaded. So we need to load the token data, whether it's in the mainnet or the testnet or the local network. We need to know the ID which the contract is in, so that we can be able to tell the user that this is the wrong network ID, and or tell them the token contract has not been deployed into that network. Yeah. So once we select the ID, we will be able to get the token.networks. So the token.networks, we have also imported our token from ABIs. So the networks here, once we deploy our contract in the ABIs that have been the ABI that has been generated, we have what we call networks. So you see, these are the networks our coin is deployed in. So we have 55 as our ID port, and then we have the network should be here, networks. So we have the port ID of the network, and we should have the network ID. The network ID should be ID should be somewhere. Yeah, we have network type. We have it should be in this method here. Should be here in this method. Yeah. So we have the port ID, but we don't know why we can't be able to see. Yeah, here is the no, shouldn't be there. Shouldn't be there. Just a minute. Hii mashine imeanza ujinga. Sasa Hello.
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
It's like yeah, we lost you for some time.
Yeah, my machine is acting weird, man. I don't know. I think it's I don't know. Yeah, so as you can see, I hope you can hear me. Yeah, so as you can see, we have all this data here that we are accessing using the using the Web3 and defining. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what is up with the machine. Let me just close some of these applications. Yeah, so with this so we have selected our network ID here, and then we can be able to display our token data. So the token data, once we have been able to select. So then below here, we are using an if statement here, this if statement, whereby I'm looking, I'm getting the token data. Once I've gotten the token data, I'm looking, I'm getting the token.abi and then token.data.address. So I can be able now to get the address of our token here using the token.apis as the method. Now we can be able to get the address, and then we can be able to display the token there. And then once we have done that, we can also be able to get the token of the account that we have selected here, the account that we have selected here. So the account that we have selected here. I don't know why this thing is acting up. And then below, once we have been able to select, once we have been able, so if the token data is the correct one and we have selected the right data, then the right network, then we need to display the address of the token, and we also need to display the balance of the account that we have selected. If that particular account has balances of the coin of our token, then we need to display it inside this particular function. And then below this function, I need to shut it down, then start it again, that it can respond. Yeah, now it's responding. So so once we have been able to load our token here, we also need to load the contract, the ETH swap. We also need to load that. And this is how we are doing it the same way. So we need to check whether we have selected the right network here. We also need to see if the ETH swap is in the right network. And then we need to pass the contract address of the ETH swap. We also need to, so for ETH swap, we are not doing a lot because there is nothing that we are tracking. So ETH swap is just a facilitating us to swap. So much data or the need for balances from the token address, because you remember the token is the one which is mapping out the balance of all the addresses. Yeah. So before I forget, the first thing that we are actually supposed to do is to load our MetaMask wallet, is to connect our MetaMask wallet with our smart contract. So this is how we are doing it. We are loading the Web3, the window for Web3. So it will pop up the Ethereum of the MetaMask wallet, and then it should be enabled. So await if it's an Ethereum window, we await and enable it. If it's not an Ethereum, else if the Web3, if you don't have a browser, if you don't have, if you are not using a MetaMask extension, you will be promoted to install the MetaMask plugin here. So else, if you don't have, if it's not a if it's not video.web3, if it's not a browser that is using a Web3, or it's not compatible with Web3, you will be given a prompt to install MetaMask, or use a Web3 based web browser like Brave or Chrome or Mozilla Firefox. Then yeah, so this will be the message that will be provided. So non-Ethereum browser detected, you should consider trying MetaMask, or you should consider installing MetaMask. So once we have done all that, we have loaded the blockchain, we have loaded the MetaMask, we have connected to MetaMask, we pass them here as component will mount on Ethereum. So it's a sync function. A sync function always has a promise awaiting. You have to await for a promise. So it's awaiting for a promise that the blockchain will be loaded. It's a lot of promise that we have passed here. Then below there, once we have been able to load all those things, we create a function by. We create function by that will communicate with our buy token. So remember how we load our function on ETH swap. So we load our function as buy token. So this is our function buy token, and we made it payable. So to write on a blockchain, we said you need to send. So you are sending the transaction here. So you are accessing the web, the ETH swap, which we have loaded up here. You are using the state ETH, and then you are calling the method by. So we can actually look for this method. It should be available. Don't copy, but find. And then JSON, then find. So methods are here, and then let's see the buy. So here is the buy method. So here is the buy method. So you can see they are inside the methods. That's what we are doing. So we are calling ETH swap with the one we have loaded here. So we have loaded the contract with ABIs and ETH address. And then we can pass our methods. We can call now our methods dot buy and then dot send. So dot send is a method that has been provided by web3.js, and we can actually go to yeah, it has already loaded. So today I don't know what is happening with my machine. It's really acting up. It's disappointing.
It's run out of gas.
F3.js .q. So let's just visit the docs, and then we share with you some of the methods which are available. So we have the send, we also have the send. So if you want to write on the contract, you just need to use the method send, and then the transaction, you pass in the parameters. So you remember the parameters that we had in our function buy. So we are sending if amount, and then we are sent from this account. So from this account, and then you are outputting the transaction hash on the blockchain. And then apart from that, yeah, that's what you are doing. So you are outputting the hash. Because on our method ETH swap, we only have two things that we are sending: the amount here, because the rate already we have provided the rate here, so we don't need to input the rate because it's already automatic. So the only thing we need to pass is the token, the address that the sender, that is the one who, let's check again. So the account of the sender, like the one who is sending, where is it coming from, and the amount of money that we are inputting. So you see it's a jigsaw. Like I said, it's a jigsaw. So you are connecting in the dots. You are connecting in the dots. So you are coming from the back end and all the way to front end. And yeah. And then we have the sell tokens. So the sell token, it's the same. So one thing you need to do for sell, you need to approve the tokens that you are selling. So you need to say to approve they are coming from ETH swap. So these tokens will be, you want this address to receive this token, and then this is the amount you want to send, and then they are coming from this account, and then you are displaying the transaction hash, because the beauty of the things, the beauty of blockchain, or the importance of blockchain is that the transaction hash should be public. Then after approval, you are doing the same, you are doing another action, that is now sell the tokens. You are now selling the tokens using the sell tokens function. And then remember, the sell token function was accepting a parameter of amount. So here you are accepting the token amount that you are selling. Like let's say you are selling 10 ADS, and they are coming from your account, and then you sign, or you show the transaction hash. You need to show the transaction hash. Yeah. Then after all that, or doing that, you are passing in all these props here, so that you can be able to display them on the blockchain. And then this is where you are doing the loading of the application. So this is just the display part. This is where you display all that thing that you have actually written up here. And we are kind of done with our application. So I'm not sure what is happening with my machine, because it's actually loading very slow. So you see, it has stopped loading. It has even stopped loading. I don't know. I wanted to share with you the Web3 stuff, the Web.js stuff. The Web.js things, yeah. And share the link with you. Yeah, so in case you have any question, tomorrow we will do a recap once our guest has spoken, just like the last time. We will do the same. Yeah, we will do the same. We will maybe we can have an afternoon session and see if I will have sorted out my internet problem. Yeah.
That'll be fine. That'll be great. Maybe your internet provider is running out of gas, seriously.
Yeah. So any question, Damaris? I really wanted us to like have be able to see how
no question.
Okay, I really wanted us to see how we can be able to like create this application and like see how the front end works. Yeah.
Like what you're giving us now is a full stack development.
Yeah, it's a full stack development of decentralized application or any blockchain application. So we started from backend, and now we are in the front end. Actually, we started from creating a simple blockchain, if you can remember, creating a symmetric and asymmetric cryptography. And we went to password hashing, we went to creation of hash. We also did, we have done a lot, which is quite interesting, how much you can do in a short time. Because yeah. So what I've covered an entire, actually an entire 2 to 3 years, 2 years class in 1 month. Yeah. So because for this one, for an application like this one, you kind of pay for like a coding class. You pay for a coding class separately, and then you are taught how to do coding without even the basics of introduction, like to blockchain, the theoretical part. But we have been doing both. We have been doing theoretical and also theoretical and practical, which is really interesting. Yeah. So yeah. So any comment, any what observation or something, or yeah.
I think the DApp, we have lots of functions in the DApp.
Yeah, we have a lot of functions in the DApp. Actually, let me just post this. So that's it. So that's it for me, and that's what I hope you have enjoyed the boot camp, and you have enjoyed the classes that we have had. And yeah, so we can continue our conversations on WhatsApp, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or emails, or if you prefer emails, it's okay. Yeah, if you yeah. So yeah, so maybe you can say how has it been like your experience, your overall experience, and yeah. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you we can start with you, Ambrose. You can share your overall experience and whether your expectations were met, something like that.
Well, my overall experience, my expectation were, this was above expectation. You know, I quite appreciate your training ability and the way you expose a lot of things to us. I wasn't, when I look at this training, I thought it was just going to be on the surface, but you went deep. And this was quite a very good one, and at least put me on the spot. So that since that yes, I have to go back on my own to learn the basic. Although I've started learning the basic here, but at least to know to be better equipped. I think this training is quite very deep and very it's qualitative, and I quite appreciate it. So my expectation was above expectation. So maybe on the scale of 1 to 10, I will give you nine, so that the other one you can see you improve more.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. Yeah. What about you, Damaris?
I think for me, I'm more than pleased. You went beyond my expectation, and I think a lot of things on what I've been working with, and now I can see them. I can see them from a different perspective. The exchanges, the Ethereum. I think for me, funny thing for a long time, I never knew what Go is. I thought Go is just something, another coin on its own. So I think a lot of things have been clarified so far. It was a nice experience. And I look forward, maybe we can do other projects, even if it's outside the Africa Data School.
Awesome. Awesome. Anything else you want to add?
No, from what Damari said, another project, that means that when you get a project of 32 each, at least you can share with us. We do the work together. If you give me 8 each, I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah. That is the mission, and yeah. So yeah, we need to work together and build Africa, and yeah. So yeah, for me it was a nice experience. This is actually my kind of my first class. I've been thinking about teaching blockchain personally. I started a YouTube channel, but I only uploaded one video. But this class has actually made me to be kind of disciplined, because every day I was, even though on the video part I haven't been able to upload, but like on time. So that's something that I think I need to, yeah, to improve. So yeah, this yeah. Yes.
I don't know if all of us we can agree. Maybe we can fix Saturday. Maybe the way we always have Saturday sessions.
Awesome. So have a great night, and enjoy the rest of your evening, and whichever team you are supporting, good luck. Don't support us at all. Yeah, so bye.
Okay,
Bye.
good night.
Good night.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good night.